So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on, so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. How are you? Come on in. We got some work to do today. Not that, well, you should always be doing work, but it should be meaningful work. We'll do some work today. As you get up and you take your walk to school or on the subway or in the car. A lot of folks sending me emails lately. They're in the car taking their kids to school. Maybe not this week, but and listening to me. I'm like, hi guys. It's kind of scary. I'm going to watch my language here, but, you know. So I want to talk to you today about retirement. Now, whether you are 20 years old, 25 years old, 35, 45, 55, 65, 85, I don't care what it is. I want you to stop dreaming about it because I think it's I don't think it's healthy. I don't. It's kind of built into everybody in this world. There's something I like about the concept of retiring. You should do that now, today. We'll talk about that. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com. The positive boost you need every single day. How are you? My name is Scott Smith, founder, chief motivating officer here at motivationtomove.com. By the way, I took a survey. I asked last week, I said, should I update my music? I've been doing essentially the same format of this show now since 2006 when we started. And here we are wrapping up our 17th season. And I have like 300 episodes to go before I hit my goal of 5,000 episodes of Daily Boost. And I thought, well, maybe I should change it up a little bit because every now and then I'll get an email. And honestly, it's usually from somebody pretty young, like 22 or 23 years old. And like, your music sounds so 90s. And you're probably right. It probably is. I started the damn thing 20 years ago. Okay. All right. So we did a survey and had a bunch of people, a couple hundred people that gave me feedback on it. And about 15% said, whatever, do what you want to do. The others were split virtually 50-50 with a little slight advantage to don't change a thing, we like it. And some people said, yes, try something new. So when I look at that, it's like, man, what do I do here? So honestly, I think what I'm going to do is keep it at least for another year. And we'll go from there. All right. I'm going to give you the results of that. So anyway, get my Scott Logic email if you haven't done that. People they're enjoying it. I really like writing it. Yes, it's a little bit more work, but I really enjoy doing it. And thank you for giving me the feedback. And here's how the Scott Logic email works. It's about 100 words. You get it every single morning at 5 a.m. It's short. It's inspiring. There's a twist to it every single time. It's directly from me to you. There's nobody writing this for me. And what you're supposed to do is read it, go, yeah, it's cool. And if it strikes you, then you just hit reply. And it comes back to my desk. And guess what I do after that? Maybe not that day, but certainly within a day or two, I hit reply back. And we talk to each other. It's awesome. Go to motivationtomove.com. Get my thing. That doesn't sound right, does it? Get my thing? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I live in an area. I live in Florida. Y'all know that. And it's a place everybody wants to retire to, although I think in the past few years it's kind of changed a little bit, kind of more expensive down here. Y'all came here from California, New York, and filled it up, didn't you? A lot of folks come here to retire. They dream of coming here to retire. We see them every year about October. They show up. I can see them at the gym all the time, the newly retired couples that have worked their entire life to sell their house, to move to Florida to retire, and suddenly, I'm at the beach full time. Yay. It's a big topic of conversation here, and yet people are like, there's some happy ones, but no. There's a lot that are not. So I'm going to talk about that today, and I don't care how old you are, you need to pay attention, because there's one thing you should be doing right now today and not 50 years from now. So a few days ago, what was that? That wasn't me trying to talk, was it? A few days ago, I stumbled into a conversation. A young guy, he was working behind the counter at a store that I went to. I forgot where it was. It didn't take long before we got to know a lot about each other. I'm pretty good at doing that. My wife always marvels at that. I'll get in a conversation and come back 5 minutes later and know their whole life story. That's what I do. You can imagine that. Anyway, he was a student at Emory Riddle Aeronautics University, Aeronautical University, I think they call it, here in Daytona Beach. Been here a long time. Great school for engineering and pilot training, all that stuff. And I run into these kids everywhere I go, and they're great kids. Why? Because they're pilots. And being a pilot myself, I instantly bond with them. And they're like better than me because they're younger and they fly fancier stuff than I do. But we had a bond right away. And then he asked a question. It kind of paused me for just a second. And the reason for this show. The population here is fairly diverse. Young people in school, retired people. We run into them all the time. A lot of retired people. And since I'm a guy with a little bit of gray hair, actually these days, a lot of gray hair, I kind of let it go. And this beard that is now 4 months old and has come in more like Santa Claus than I thought it would. Got a couple of wrinkles going on too. And I seem to have a lot of free time on my hand, a lot of freedom. I have the freedom of my time, freedom of my purpose, freedom of my money. Is that what Dan Sullivan says? What's the other freedom? I forgot what it is. A lot of freedom. He said, "Are you retired?" And I said, "No, not yet, in a couple of years." I said that, and I was thinking, weird. That kind of felt weird for me to even say that. In a couple of years, maybe I'll do that. And what he said next kind of stopped me in my tracks. He said, "Does that scare you or excite you?" And I have to say, I don't get stuck with words very often. But I did that time.
This is going to be an extremely busy month. I have to watch 104 soccer games, follow the pregame, the postgame, yell useless opinions at the TV. It's a lot. So I knew that when it comes to screening for colon cancer, the choice was clear. The Cologuard Plus test. It can be used at home and can only take 15 minutes, so I can do it during halftime and not miss any action. If you are 45 or older and at average risk, ask your healthcare provider about screening for colon cancer with the Cologuard test. You can also request a prescription at Cologuard.com.
But after a few seconds, I had an answer. I said, "Neither really. I really like what I do. And I truly spend every single minute of every single day doing, if not my job, I'm doing my family stuff. I'm excited today and excited about tomorrow." And that's what I want to talk about with you today. See, I think that I'm surrounded by people who are bored out of their mind, and all they can talk to me about is, "Hey, I saw you got your tree trimmed. That tree looks pretty good. Who got you to do that? How long did it take? How much did it cost?" I'm like, oh, that's life, man. And that's okay if that's what you want, but that's not me. I don't think you should ever retire. I think what you should do today, no matter how old you are, and a lot of millennials and Zoomies are going to like me for this one, because I think I kind of live and breathe in this world, and that you should have freedom today. If you go back to the 4-hour work week, we were talking almost, 20 years ago now? Tim Ferriss, have you ever read that book? Most people got the book wrong. They didn't understand what he really meant by that. Read it again, you'll figure it out. It's like Atomic Habits. Read that book. It's not about what you think it's about, I promise you. But if you go back in time to the 4-hour work week, you'll find that Tim Ferriss basically said, live today like you're retired already. Now, I only take that so far because I know Tim, not well, but I know him, and he works all the time. he just always does. And that can go too far. The laptop lifestyle that sometimes people equate with having freedom and time freedom, and this technology we have to go wherever we want to. I'll tell you what, that laptop gets stuck to your lap pretty fast, doesn't it? So you got to be careful what you're doing when you start asking about your freedom. When the pandemic hit and everybody had freedom suddenly, it was harder to do than they thought. So you're going to have to work at that, how to separate everything. And I think it's the one thing you want in life. Right now, today, if you sat down and you said, listen, I just want the freedom of choice. I want the freedom to work the hours I want to work with the people I want to work with. I want the freedom to work or not to work, to make money or not make money. I want to get out of bed in the morning, have some dreams, and move forward, and that's what I want to do, and I want to always stay that way. Is it easy? No, not always. Is it what society normally does? Not at all, because most people say, when are you going to retire? When do I get Social Security? If. Don't worry about that stuff. Get out of bed every single day, whether you're 18 or 80. Think about what you like to do, create freedom in your life, and design everything to create that for yourself. And yeah, you can, I think true retirement is actually just getting out of bed and doing what you want to do all day long. I think it's it. And I think you do that when you're young or old. It doesn't make any difference. But to aspire to do nothing, it's like, I don't know. I see a lot of unhealthy people that do that. I will not be one of them. You shouldn't either. Do what makes your heart sing today, now. Start right now, so you can do it your whole life. Remember, as we live our days is how we live our life, right? So don't retire. Just retire to something. Just start today. Just be who you want to be and just keep going till you run out, all right? I'm going to be truly surprised the day I run out of time. I will be. I will. I'm going to be surprised, Scott. If you die, how will you be surprised? Trust me, I will be. I'll be like, what? I barely got going here. I was living life, having fun. All right, coming up tomorrow, we'll talk about motivation and where it went to. Something I have been lying to you about for years and years and years. But it's okay. I follow the studies, and studies change over time. Science, follow the science, Scott. I did follow the science, but science got smarter. It changed. Sounds like the pandemic, doesn't it? We'll talk about motivation and why I've been lying to you about motivation all these years, and you don't have the excuse anymore. 100% motivation all the time. Tomorrow. Get my Scott Logic newsletter. Go to motivation2move.com. All spelled out. It's there for you. I think you'll like it. See you tomorrow.